Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's what her parents always told her. But by the age of 8, she knew she had hardly any chance of matching up to stick-thin Barbie. And as she waded her way past Disney princesses with their perfect appearance and sparkling dresses, past the pop stars and film stars who looked the part, she felt those expectations take root in her heart. Past the magazine covers, the insults of others, the comments of her brother and his friends. This is a journey that seemed to have no end. Then came the big source of fulfillment and glitter. Likes, comments, follows on Facebook and Twitter. She's a child of the Instagram generation. How people rate her photos is her source of affirmation. She's a product of the society that built her. Inch deep in makeup, but hashtag no filter. He's a product of the lads mag culture. Taught to view women like meat to a vulture. It wasn't always this way. His mum taught him different. But as he got older, her words seemed more distant. As a kid, every day he told his mum that she was pretty. He hasn't told her that in years, and while mum thinks that's a pity, she knows 18-year-olds don't really open up on feelings. But it's the things he does say that she finds revealing. He asks her if he's tall enough, if she sees him getting stronger. She's noticed it more this year, but it's been going on for longer. In fact, when she thinks back, she clearly remembers it. His 15th birthday present was a year's gym membership. He's on the shakes, he's on the weights, he's on the protein-heavy diet. If he wants to look the part, he has to sweat. You can't just buy it. She craves others' approval and not just what lads think. What about the girls around her? Do they give her a second blink? She doesn't want to make them jealous. She just wants to be admired. And after all of that effort, she hopes it brings the desired effect. Because to her, a look of admiration is a sign of their respect. And if she wants to get attention from all around, she needs to pay attention to every pound. That's what the magazine covers tell her. The world they create, the one they try to sell us, that the only two things in celebrities' lives are the person that they're dating and the size of their thighs. And as she passes shop fronts with their summer promotions, the perfect-looking models make her feel emotions that return when she's on her own later that night. Can't look straight in the mirror, only off to left or right, and the thing she fears most, the time she really cries, is looking at herself straight in the eyes. He knows if he looks good, he'll get more women into bed. The mags don't tell him much more than that. They just repeat that promise instead, and he's desperate to be a ladies' man, desperate to get more ladies than his other mates. His friends say he's not a natural looker, but he's got himself in good shape. Some days it's all he thinks about, the diet, the gym, the weights. He doesn't want to let on, but if he's honest, he's insecure. He thinks he's doing okay, but he could always be doing more, but who's he going to tell? He couldn't tell the lads. Wouldn't tell his mum and barely speaks to his dad. If he wants these insecurities to be a thing of the past, he needs to get the girls he wants and make this feeling last. They switched the hairbrush for an airbrush and told her she should match it. Let Photoshop set the pace and she just tries to catch it, so she's no longer simply matching up to biology. She's also chasing standards that were set by technology. They put the prettiest percentage on a glamorous display. Add lights, angles, make up a few tweaks along the way. That's like trying to run a race against Usain Bolt, giving him a head start then saying it's your fault if you don't win. So many problems with that, it's hard to know where to begin, but she puts all that to the back of her mind. She'd headed off tonight determined to find a guy who would tell her that she looks good. She only wants his compliments, but he misunderstood. He figures she's using her figure to trigger his interest and glances. He thinks he caught her eye, so he might as well take his chances. He used his standard line. She didn't care for his advances. And when she refused him, it confused him, so he insulted and put her down. He didn't really mean it, but he's a man about town, and when she rejected him, it affected him. He felt like she'd disrespected him. He learned from those who think that it's acceptable for men to eye girls up and then rate them out of 10 as if some unwritten rule told men it's their duty to tell a woman where to place her standard of beauty. He doesn't even see that he's bought into the system, turned both himself and this girl into victims. They're just everyday people hearing everyday voices in our everyday culture, making everyday choices. But what if the everyday truths in their everyday lives aren't really truths at all, but are actually selling them lies? They told us beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They never thought that things would be like this when we got older.